Okay, I have two things I just want to say something really quick about. And one of them meaning to stay for a while, and the other I just kind of noticed tonight. So let's do the one for tonight first. Princess Kate and her baby. There are apparently a lot of people that are claiming that she faked the pregnancy, and they're citing her walking out to show the baby with her husband as evidence because she still had a very large baby bump and was walking very well in high heels. And this is something that needs to be said. As someone who believes in conspiracy theories, who has actually met things and seen things, are you people fucking morons? I mean, seriously, I have given birth to two children, okay? Two. Natural childbirth. With the first one, I had something stuck on my back to stop the pain. It didn't help. I went through the entire process, over 18 hours, gave birth. An hour later, I was on my feet, cleaning my room, walking around in shoes, and I don't mean flats, and picking up stuff and acting just like I was the day before I went into labor. Okay, because this might shock some of you people, because I know that hospitals have you convinced otherwise, but childbirth is a natural process, and we are geared to be able to get up and walk. Do you think that in the good earth the mother was out there giving birth to her child in the rice field and got right back up and went back to work because it was a sci-fi? No, it's because it was natural. You people are stupid! Stupid, and ignorant. And by the way, I did notice that it was all men saying this. Oh my God. I'm not saying there aren't conspiracies out there, but you know, we'd have a better chance of fighting against the crazy stuff if we would stop trying to find crazy stuff in everything and learn how the world really works. I mean, seriously. You know, doctors didn't replace midwives because midwives were unnatural, and natural childbirth was some sort of alien phenomenon. They replaced midwives because of the stupid bureaucracy crap thing, money crap. So, whatever. Right. Oh my God, she's walking! No, it wasn't a real pregnancy. Those babies didn't even look like, it was like, how many days old? She had plenty of time to get back on her feet. I was on my feet after an hour. But the second one, the only reason why I wasn't back on my feet is because they filled my arm with tubes and fluids and made it unnatural. I mean, seriously. But when it was completely natural, yeah, whatever. All right. Now, there's a lot of people who are talking, for point two, there's a lot of people who are talking about mind control this and mind control that, and they'll take the Disney films and they'll say, look, it's got the word sex in it, and look, over here, this thing that's this subtle, it's mind control, and you know what, they're right. There's another form of brainwashing mind control in the media that I've noticed no one has addressed, or at least no one I've stumbled across. So I thought I would bring it up for those of you who are trying to learn how to watch for this stuff. I'm noticing that it's in some of the mainstream shows like Crossing Jordan and the Crossing Jordan clone Bones. And don't tell me it's not a clone. I mean, come on, even the serial killer that buried people alive was almost alike. And that would be how people react to stuff that we consider real life. Take, for example, in Bones, the little red-headed dude. He was a conspiracy theorist, so what they do, they made him into the clown and a moron. In Crossing Jordan, there have been such subtle hints as they chased down a killer by following him through the traffic cameras. And Jordan said, I never thought I'd say this, but thank God for Big Brother. And then there was, oh, well, he knows all of his First Amendment rights. He's a real nut. That was an episode where there was a former FBI agent who had decided that he wanted freedom and freedom of speech and had learned all of his legal rights in order to fight back. And so they portrayed him as a bad guy and actually made it a point to blatantly state that because he knew all of his legal rights and believed in the Second Amendment, he was, quote, a real nutter. These are subtle things that if you're just enjoying the show, you're just not going to notice. You know, you're enjoying the show, you're taking this to be, hey, you know, this is how that character feels. But look at the overall theme of the show, because these themes, they're becoming more and more prominent, I'm noticing. And it's always the people who believe in their Second Amendments or whatever are nutters. And even if they come across and the characters believe they're great guys, you know, if the characters believe they're a great guy, then it turns out that person's a double-crossing bastard. Okay, so if it's not outright said they're a nutter, then they turn out to be a jerk. Um, and this is a very subtle form of brainwashing, because deep down inside, you start to believe it, and your kids that are watching it with you, they're very impressionable, and they're not only going to believe it, it's going to become part of their tenements when they grow up. So for those of you, yeah, there is this thing. Now, admittedly, to take a non-conspirative side to the matter, this kind of stuff can also be, well, it's readings, and people feel, the people who like these shows just feel those kind of people are nutters. Well, you know what? I believe in the Second Amendment. And I believe in that there have been conspiracies. I have watched footage where the McCulture issue was reviewed in court, and for a conspiracy theory, it was treated pretty seriously. I have seen a lot of things, and I like those shows. I like them for the science. I like them for the intelligence. I gotta admit, whenever Bones became more of a soap opera and less of a science show, I lost interest. So their cloning didn't do so good with that. I'm still watching Crossing Jordan on Netflix. I mean, I only just rediscovered the show, and I was like, oh, this looks kind of neat. But yeah, start paying attention to the shows. If your kids are watching it with you, just point it out to the kids. They're smart. They'll catch on. Don't treat them like mushrooms. Don't drill it in them now. Don't preach it constantly, because that's the fastest way to make your kids rebel it. Just casually mention it and then move on. It's gonna stick with them a lot better if you do it that way, which is how the shows are treating it. Pay attention. That's all I gotta say. Besides, high heels. She walking. Yeah, she was walking. It was only childbirth. It's not like the child was breech and they had to cut her in half or anything. Oh my God.